Hello, I'm Ziri Tamar Mangai, and today I will be presenting on the leadership quality of teachability. Teachability is the ability of a leader to learn and adapt to new information, ideas, and perspectives. A leader who is teachable is open-minded, curious, and willing to consider different viewpoints. I chose to present on teachability because I think teachability is an absolutely vital leadership quality to have, and its importance cannot be understated. Every time I go into a new job or I'm in a new learning environment, I like to go in with the idea that I don't know everything. And despite my level of education and work experience, I still have a lot to learn. That is why when I go into places, I go in with the goal of two things. One, to observe. Two, to absorb. Observe by watching people around me, looking at how they do things, and picking the best of it and implementing it into my life. That's absorbing. So I try to observe and then absorb. I know that saying the words "I don't know everything" or "I have a lot more to learn" sounds like it's coming from a place of doubt or a lack of self-confidence, but it's not. It's simply acknowledging that there is work to be done that I need to do. If we don't acknowledge that there is an issue, there usually will be no need for a solution. That is why I like to go in with that mindset and actively say that and remind myself of that fact. There are 5 main advantages of teachability. 1. Improved decision making. When a leader implements teachability into their leadership style, they learn from their successes, failures, and that of those around them. There's a popular saying that goes, "You only know what you know," and it is true. So when a leader relies on that of those around them as well, they have a bountiful wealth of knowledge. 2. Increased innovation. When a leader is receptive and open to hearing new ideas, there tends to be a new invention as a result, new services, new processes, and just general development. 3. Better communication. Leaders who are teachable tend to participate more in conversation, which fosters openness and trust amongst the team. 4. Enhanced team performance. When leaders are teachable, they like to challenge their team members and give them opportunities to develop and challenge themselves, which leads to motivation, higher job satisfaction, and contentment. And 5. Personal growth. Leaders who are teachable grow not only professionally, but also privately. So being teachable is beneficial on every front, not just at work. We as people sometimes sabotage our teachability. Here are 5 things we can do to avoid that. 1. Cure your destination disease. A lot of people tend to think that once they get to a certain point, which was the goal, for example, a dream job, once you get to that dream job, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to keep growing or developing. It's okay to stop at that point, but it's really not, and that is very ironic because teachability might have gotten you there. And to continue to do better, you do need to continue being teachable. Secondly, overcome your success. We know that what gets you to a position is not what's going to keep you there. You now have a different set of challenges, so it's important to continue to learn, to push yourself and challenge yourself and encourage growth and development. 3. Swear off shortcuts. Everything comes at a cost, everything comes at a price, and the easiest and most convenient way to get that is by just simply paying the price. So if you would like to be better at public speaking, you can't just ignore communicating with people, talking, putting yourself out there. You actually have to go ahead and try paying the price. You can start with smaller audiences and eventually grow up from there. It could be at first just friends and families to coworkers, then presenting on big stages. 4. Trading your pride. Pride is one of the biggest ways we can sabotage our ability to be teachable, because for you to be teachable, you have to be humble. You have to admit that there are places and flaws in your life that you could improve on. You have to admit that you don't know everything, which really is a big challenge for a lot of people. That's why I say teachability is easier said than done. 5. Never pay for the same mistake twice. If you make a mistake, it is important to understand what you did, take a lesson, learn your lesson from there, and use that new information to move on and do better. If you continue to make the same mistake over and over and over again, you're paying for the exact same action, which is not helpful in any way. So once you make a mistake, it's important to go back, learn a lesson, and implement it into the future. Any and everyone can be teachable. It does come more naturally to some than others, but here are 3 ways you can grow your teachability. 1. Observe how you react to your mistakes. It's very important that we notice how we react to our mistakes. People react differently. Some make a mistake and completely avoid it. Some deflect. Some sit down and only can think about their mistakes. They don't move forward. Some completely accept it and move forward. Regardless of how you react, it's important to notice the patterns. If you notice the patterns of how you react, then you can do something to change it and align it with teachability, which which is acceptance, learning the lesson, and moving on. So first step is to actually know how you react and notice your flaws and patterns. Two, learn something new. No matter how little or insignificant it is, it's important that we learn things, new things constantly. Like baby steps. Today it could be something as little as going to bed on time. Who knows, a month from now it could be interviewing for new jobs. 6 months from now it could be getting a promotion. It doesn't matter how little it is, but it's good to start new things so you condition yourself to the fact that you can change and things can become different. Three, learn in your area of strength. It's very important that we learn things in areas that we're already very curious in. This reduces the chances of you becoming discouraged or jaded because there was that prior level of interest. Thank you for your time.